Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on temperature. Temperature normally deals with the amount of heat or cold that is present in an object. Examples. The following objects are either hot or cold. So we can see the ice cubes, definitely cold. Ice cream, definitely cold. Logs on a fire, hot. And the kettle on a stove, hot. Words associated with temperature. Here are just 9 examples of words that are associated with temperature, and I'm sure you can think of others. So we have hot, cold, warm, boiling, freezing, chilly, icy, cool, and lukewarm. Weather. There are many weather icons used all around the world to give us an idea about the weather for any given day. So if you see the sun, that would normally indicate a warm day, and if you see something like this, that would normally indicate a cool or a cold day. And then you've got other different items indicating various temperatures. Comparing temperatures. So here we're asked to write either cool, warm or hot near each picture. So here is some water in a pool, for example, in a small swimming pool. What do we think that is? Let's look at the 3 of them first, then we can write the words. Here we have a stove. I think you know what that could be. And here we have a nice sunny day. So what do you think this one could be here? The water. I'm sure you know that it's probably cool. That's probably the more appropriate description. Now here we have the stove. I'm sure you would agree that that's hot, and you would never touch those hot plates because they're very hot. And a nice sunny day. I think you would agree that possibly the word warm would be a great description. So the word warm, that would describe that fairly nicely. How do we measure temperature? The most common instrument used to measure temperature is called a thermometer. It has a scale measured in degrees. The next slide shows a picture of a thermometer. When somebody asks about the weather, they will normally be interested in the temperature for that particular day. The instrument to the left is called a thermometer, and it is used to tell us the temperature on any particular day. There are 2 scales, and many countries use one or the other. Some use both. So we have degrees Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius. And your teacher will be able to explain the difference between the 2. Other types of thermometers. This thermometer, that's this one here, is used to measure the temperature of a human being. It can be placed in the mouth for about 30 seconds, and you'll get a reading here on the screen to tell you your body temperature. This one here, cars have very sophisticated temperature gauges installed in them. So we definitely need to know the temperature of the engine or the motor of a car to make sure that it's running well, that it's not too hot or not too cold. If the engine is too hot and it stays like that for a great period of time, it could be very dangerous, and it could ruin the motor. A refrigerator has highly sophisticated equipment for monitoring temperature. The inside of a normal fridge is about 4 degrees Celsius. This is essential to keep the food fresh. A freezer must be kept slightly below 0 degrees Celsius for the food to last for long periods of time. Water. Water is one of the most widely studied resources when it comes to temperature. It is said that pure water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. We can also see normal body temperature. So here, let's assume that's 100 degrees Celsius there. That's where water boils. If that's 0 degrees Celsius there, that's where water freezes. And normal body temperature is about 37 degrees Celsius. With respect to weather, the temperature may vary between 0 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius, for example. That's only an example of the range. Weather can get much, much colder than this, and it gets much, much warmer than this. But these are fairly normal ranges, those two there.